talking bot. When I am not predicting the existence of multiverses or black holes, I like to watch a bit of cinema. Now, I really enjoyed John Carpenter's The Thing, even though the probability of alien life reaching Earth are 5 billion to 1. Nevertheless, this film fucking rocks. However, I do have a problem with a recent remake/prequel released last year and based on the events which precede John Carpenter's film in the Swedish camp.
Not Swedish, Mac, the Norwegian.
The Norwegian camp. Now in the original, I was interested in what kind of shit had gone down at the Swedish camp. Remember in the original it started with a husky dog being chased by a helicopter from the Swedish base. Before Pot shot Jonas can pop a cap in the dog's ass. Here he pops one in his. Right on. So to understand why Pot shot Jonas decided to get in a helicopter and go doggy hunting, MacReady and Dr. Copper fly up to the Swedish base to find out what drugs they have been taking. They find the base destroyed, all of the people are gone in a huge block of ice, which something has escaped from. Outside they find a burn pit with a freaky-looking mass of arms, legs and orgasmic faces conjoined. So the prequel setup is to try and explain what happened at the Swedish camp prior to this. Characters. The original spent time building up some suspense and establishing a small number of characters for us to either root for or dislike. The new film introduces an army of dirty Norwegians, and it becomes extremely confusing trying to work out who is who. The end result is a lot of cannon fodder for the thing, and we don't care about any of them. The principal characters of Winnehead and Joel Schumacher could have been melded into one character. They go after the typically oh-so-modern strong female Ripley-style character, who begins the film as some kind of intellectual but ends it as a tooled-up-ass kicker. This leaves the Joel Schumacher character with nothing to do. There's no room for him to stretch his action muscle, so he ends up a glorified chauffeur driving Winnehead around in either the helicopter or snow tractor.
Shit, Doc, I'll give you the lift.
The rest of the characters are so forgettable. When they die we are just like, meh. In the original, MacReady did not establish himself as the hero till near the end. He was just the chopper pilot, arrogant, not that likable and ruthless, willing to kill innocents to maintain control of the situation, and was able to explain the scientific elements to the audience as the resident everyman. Winnehead is shoved center stage at the beginning of the film as the Ripley clone, heroine. Even Ripley in Alien didn't feature as the main character till near the end. Start the movie with Winnehead and then surprise the audience by killing her halfway through and allowing another lesser character some screen time as hero. CGI. CGI will never replace good old-fashioned physical special effects. Our eyes just won't let us be deceived. Rob Bottom worked so hard on the original effects he had to go to hospital as he had burned himself out. The guys who did the Thing prequel CGI should just have got burned. Too many Thing reveals. We see the Thing just too much. I mean, leave something to the imagination, and by the 50th reveal I am just not bothered anymore. Basis of movie and lazy connections. This film doesn't know whether it wants to be a prequel to the original or a remake. There are a number of ties-ins to the original made, but it plays too loose and fast with the established mythos and confuses the eagle-eyed viewer. They should have just remade it entirely and not tried to rub shoulders with giants by tying it in. There is no suspense in this film like the slow build-up of the original. It shoots its bolt every time there is an opportunity for another Thing reveal. The result is an uneven mix of too many OTT action scenes and too little dialogue when the characters do speak. The whole point of an alien which hides inside a human host is the paranoia and claustrophobia of the situation. They can explain the prequel Thing as waking up pissed off and angry and not learning to take its time when assimilating until it reaches the American camp. But I don't buy that crock. Instead, the thing in this movie is just plain dumb and no learning process takes place. That is a stupid explanation to let the writers off with attempting to create a closed, tense atmosphere and instead have thing reveals and kills on fast dial. Though the third act of the prequel is an almost shot-for-shot remake of the original, so it's not hard to want to start comparing. And ultimately, in comparison, the Thing prequel will never live up to the original in terms of characters, story, special effects, impact or horror. Finally, if you ever wondered what the Perry or Swedish shouted to the Americans at the beginning of the original Thing, wonder no more. So long.
Helvete, kom der væk! Det har ikke en bikkje i det! Det er en slags ting! Det imiterer en bikkje! Det er ikke virkelig! Kom der vekk, idioter!
Hey, thanks for thinking about it, though.